What's up guys, YST here and welcome back to another Raid Shadow Legends video, and today I am joined by my partner in crime for the first time in actually like 2 weeks, which is pretty rare. Mr. Nub Raids. How you doing, man?
It's been a lifetime, a veritable lifetime.
Yeah, we actually just came off a video over on Nub's channel, right? Which was probably one of the funniest things that I've ever been a part of. So if you guys do want to actually check that out, description below, subscribe to Nubs, you will not regret it. And definitely get some popcorn, right?
Oh, definitely.
But yeah, basically in terms of this video, the whole theme of these ones was that we both did CVC streams yesterday, and in each of our chats we got given these kind of ideas for videos, right? And we thought it'd be really cool. So the one from yours was basically all of this content creators, which champion would they be, which factions, which was funny, right?
Yeah,
somebody else in my chat. Do you know what? I'm gonna quickly get my phone out. I'm gonna take the time out because actually I found the chat throughout the 2 hour stream and I found his name.
Oh,
I'm gonna shout him out quickly.
nice.
So shout out to ibuprofen. I've definitely got a headache and you just cured it. He basically said, I'll actually phrase exactly what he said.
YST selling out to Big Pharma. Unbelievable.
You need to do a collab about the most odd skills in Raid Shadow Legends. And we was thinking like this would make for a cool video. Like we put it in a way where absurd, weird, quirky, like they might not be trash, but just ones that just might not make sense, or you know, just some sort of weirdness going on, right? And also guys, let us know in the comment section which kind of champions you feel kind of fit that role as well. So do you want to kick us off here? Well, actually, wait, before we even do that, right?
Oh, you're gonna pull your shards?
Do you know what? I need to get the
luck. More than 0. You need to pull them quick.
I just think you're like, luck at the Irish, like while I'm here, you know, I've got to use you for everything, man.
Yeah, here we go. Disappear. Well, we might pull one of the champions we're gonna mention in the video.
Cardio, you look trash, but you bloody amazing. Oh, I see a bit of lag. Get out of here with your rock beast, man.
All right,
here we go. Straight in now. Let's go.
Straight in. Okay, well, you're not going to believe it. We actually pulled one of the champions I'm going to mention in the video right there.
Oh, really?
I know you've done a video on this with, was it HWZ before? Or HWZ, maybe?
Okay, yeah.
Depending on which region you're from. It's Eviscerator, who is a rare dark elf.
Yeah.
And this one is actually, I was going to save this for later. I was going to go with the derpy one first. She's actually pretty cool. So the thing about her that to me stands out as like an odd skill is her passive, which I really love actually. This passive does have a 1-turn cooldown, but she gets to attack with her default skill whenever an enemy is healed or receives a buff. Or it attacks a random enemy if they're all healed or receive a buff at the same time. Like, that's totally unique. The thing I love about this, it's been in the game for literally forever.
Yeah.
Like, if this was a thing on a champion, like a new champion these days, like that would be super hype. There's so much character to this skill. I can't believe that this hasn't come in elsewhere in the game, but just as a way to counter healers, to counter champions that are buffing up. Like, oh, you threw out a heal, you threw out a buff. I'm going to go in, I'm going to nuke that champion now really hard. So I thought that was fun. That obviously, I can't believe no other champion does something like that still.
No, I agree. I actually think that's pretty unique as well. Like you just said, there's no one else. Like if they can make a champion, maybe a legendary version or even an epic that have this mechanic, maybe like with like a stun chance on the A1. So like every single time someone's healed, you go through, place a stun, or I don't know.
Yeah.
You're right. It'd be cool. I think that'd be cool.
Yeah. So I thought she was cool.
All right. So first champion for me, right? Nubs. Have you seen Raidzilla?
No, I've heard it, but I've not seen it. Is there a video?
There's a video, yeah.
No way. Oh,
basically,
my God.
For anyone that's familiar with that video, right? We don't want to see no ice like some Frostbringers, right? And I'm pretty sure I don't even think she's a bad champion, okay? What I feel like is so weird about her is her name is Frostbringer. She's got a freeze everywhere. Her staff is literally frozen.
Yeah. There's an ice effect.
There's no freeze in her kit. She places heal reduction. She places decreased defense at random, and an increased speed, increased attack, which are like good abilities. I just don't understand. And she's so fast as well, 110. It's like, I would love to see an AoE freeze out of her. What are you thinking?
Yeah, I absolutely agree. Unbelievably, they reworked her. Like, they buffed her up, and they didn't add freeze into her kit. Like, what are you guys doing? It's like the odd
guy is just, he sees, I don't know what he was thinking.
Yeah, it is totally bizarre. Like her abilities even have frost sounding names, and there's no freeze in there.
Yeah, cones at the cold, but places a heal reduction, guys. Hey,
that makes no
snow
sense.
flurry, but decreased defense.
Oh my God, yeah.
I don't know. What's the A3 called? Arctic winds.
Arctic winds.
I don't know what's going on, man.
Oh,
So
it's so
that one
dumb.
definitely made probably one of the most weirdest ones for me. I don't get it, man.
Yeah. All right. My next choice, we're going to the Lizard Man, to the rare section once again. We're going to a little guy called Slitherbrute.
Slitherbrute. Oh, this dude.
Yeah.
He looks like Jizzo.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, he looks exactly like Jizzo. But he's A3, right? Punish Hubris. Attacks one enemy. Decreases the target's turn meter equal to the amount of buffs on the target. What does that mean? What does that mean? Like, they have 3 buffs. You decrease their turn meter by what? 3? 3 watts? What 3 watt is it going back? 3%? 3? Like, I don't get it. What does it mean?
What is this, man? I've never seen that skin in my life.
I know.
But the worst part of it is he actually goes through and steals the buffs to make it worse.
Yeah, there he does.
He's like, oh, I don't want a 3% turn me, I want 2% today.
Yeah, but like, what does it mean?
I'm gonna have to ask Saf to like kind of find out what this is, you know?
Yeah, I know, yeah. Like I guess it means maybe it's like proportional to the amount of buffs, but like what's the range? Is it like what? How much turn meter?
Can you imagine if he's like a Heartseeker 2.0 and he just like whops out?
Yeah, it could be. You never know, right?
There's gonna be one dude that's gonna go out their way and just to find out. Let me know how it goes.
Yeah. So there you go.
All right. So next one for me is gonna be one that's kind of had a stigma around it, especially with Hydras and clan bosses and the new fusion, and it's gonna be Corpulent Cadaver. Now, controversial topics. All right, putting you on the spot. I'm sorry, bro.
Yeah.
Do you think because the Hydra is now competitive, it's not like a clan boss where it's not really affecting anyone else? I think. Do you think that it should have some form of, I wouldn't say full on nerf, but like a limitation in a sense of like how much you could do, like a cap?
Yeah.
What do you think?
I'll even go more controversial. I'll say, in my opinion, he should just be full on nerfed. Like it's totally overpowered. Like ridiculously so. Like I looked it up. Like we were fighting against like what was it? Mad, I think we're against their top clan. They came first in our Hydra clash. Like I think their clan leader maybe, or one of their top guys in the clan. He had like an almost world record nightmare team. He ran a Corpulent Cadaver team on Brutal. It gave him over 15 times as many points as basically the world record nightmare team, right? Corpulent Cadaver is 15 times better than almost the best team possible in the world before this. Like, so it is ridiculous. Like, it's just it's completely overpowered. It's not free to play friendly either, because like I get that he's a rare, it's easy to get Cadaver, but the level of gear that you need on these champions, and to really make it work, you need like double Yumiko's, you need an empowered Brogni with insane gear.
Yeah.
And you need them awakened and everything as well. Like you need Brogni, if you want to get the max damage, 6-star awakened with the one that lets you ignore defense. Like it's not free to play friendly. And he should be nerfed into the there's no question for me.
For me, what really, the kind of sway for me was they decided to nerf a Void Legendary Fusion over a Spirit Rare Affinity champion, right? Like, they could have easily capped him instead and kept the Void Legendary to scale the same he was, and it would have been like completely fine. But this champion, he comes through and it's like, I think it's the competitive nature for me. Like, if you're going to introduce a Hydra clash, and if a champion is so absurdly crazy as a rare, not even like a Void Lego, like an Acrizia, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it needs to be nerfed.
One problem as well, if you only nerf him for Hydra, what if they want to do a clan boss clash in the future, like Demon Lord clash, which could be a really fun thing as well. Like he is the dominant thing for that.
This is where the limitation came for me. I was like, if he could still push the damage over a 50 turn threshold, just say, and still manage to get you a wonky and ultra nightmare, that's still very impressive, right? But there's no need for the 50 billions, you know what I mean? Like, it's fun, it's fun to watch once, I get it, like, you know. But when it comes to competitive nature, I can see where it kind of, you know, pushes people away from wanting to get involved. They're like, what's the point? You know what I mean?
I get you. Yeah. Okay, next one. I think we're staying in Undead for Dark Athel. I want to pick Dark Athel as. Speaking of, we're just talking about a champion that turns out is crazy overpowered.
Dark Aethel's Undead's, right?
Dark Athel, yeah, there she is. Her A3 in particular, it's so bad, man. So
no, not this one. I forgot about this one.
It's gotta be this one, right? What a skill! Harvest of Despair. It's a 4-turn cooldown. Attacks all enemies. gives her 30% increased speed for 3 turns if she kills 4 enemies, heals her by half her max HP if she kills 6 or more enemies, an extra turn if she kills 10 enemies. Like, come on, like, what is... Like, I guess at the time they were planning for there to be more places in the game where this is relevant. Like, it only works in Spider. Like, it's...
Even then, she's struggling, man. Like, anything past 10, like, stage 5, yeah, it's like...
I know, right? Like, what are you trying to do with increased speed and healing her half her max HP? They're not even good effects. Even if she just did all of this stuff.
AoE increased speed. My God.
No, it's just for her.
Oh,
so, yeah, I thought this skill is just bizarre. But I just love that, yeah, it breaks that. Instead of just giving her, like, you kill 4 enemies, it does the thing. It's like, if you kill 4, it does this. If you kill 6, now you get a little bit extra. And then 10, you have to kill 10 enemies in 1 attack for an extra turn.
Do you know, just for you now, they're going to introduce this new clan boss thing, right? The Great Void, and it's going to have exactly 10 enemies just for you.
Yeah, that would be cool. I'd be up for that.
No, but then what they'll do is they'll nerf it even worse.
Yeah, they'll nerf it, yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, Dark Athel. Ridiculous.
Poor woman. All right. Next up is going to be Urticata for me. And I don't know what I feel about this champion. Like, you go for it, right? So, attacks 3 times at random or 1 enemy. Places a poison sensitivity. Great. She then attacks 4 times at random if it's a boss. Against a clan boss, great for Giant Slayer, places a hex. Then also has a chance of increasing the poisons, but there's no active skill to actually place poisons. And I was like, what's going on here? Like, is she okay? Like, you're setting it up, I'm waiting. Oh, this is cool. And then nothing. But basically, the way that she places the poisons is a champion that's under a hex, whenever either this champion or an ally lands a critical hit, has a 10% chance of placing a 5% poison on the enemy for 1 turn. I feel like that's a pretty, like, it's a very unique one because it's a way where technically all of your champions become poisoners, granted you've got Hex on the team. And I think that's very unique for a poisoner. So I think she makes the kind of unique one, right? Can you recall anyone else that does that?
Unique. No, I don't think she's totally unique. Yeah, for sure. We were mentioning it on the video for my channel that Mad Capper actually is a big fan of Urticata, and he's done some really fun teams with her.
Yeah,
we want to see her in action. She's actually pretty decent. You can see he used her for some clan boss stuff.
Yeah,
she does a lot of damage. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It's very. I wonder if the actual champions that actually no, it will just be her poisons. I need to try her out now. I did max her up. I'll give her a shot with her 15 hands. All right, who we got next?
All right, next up, I'm going to Torturehelm in the Orc faction.
All right.
You probably know this guy from Faction Wars because of his passive, right?
Yeah.
He's a revives him when he's killed. Yeah, he's a nuisance. But what I thought was just fun about him, just that old school thing, right? He's A1. Damage scales off of attack and defense. But even better than that, he's A2. Also scales off HP. He scales off. He can't decide what he's doing, man. He scales off everything.
I feel like you did way more detective work than I did for this video.
Dude, I was. It's really funny reading through like all the rares, and you're like, I know literally none of these champions. I don't know what any of them do, but yeah, he's got attack, defense, and HP. He's got them all. He scales up, build everything. He needs everything. Let's go.
I'm surprised they haven't got like a damage scale of resistance next.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So that was just a fun one that gave me a chuckle when I was looking through it.
I will say he's like one of my favorite looking orcs. I think he's just that classic Lord of the Rings, right? Like the one that you just kick down the stairs from the tower.
yeah. He's very.
Those annoying ones.
Yep.
All right. So next up, I got to try to beat Mr. Nubby here with some good picks.
Okay.
I think Shadow King Gamuran. Now, this dude. I don't know what to feel about this dude. Like, sometimes I read his kit and I'm like, he's getting me excited. Do I want a Gamuran? And then I go on stream and someone's telling me how trash Gamuran is. And I'm like, I don't want this dude no more.
I mean, he's visually so cool looking. He is one of the coolest looking champs in the game.
Basically, what made him so unique, we kind of got like a weird one with Valkyrin now where he kind of manipulates the dead in a sense, but no one else really done that, right? But this champion can target dead or living enemies. If the target is dead, places a block revive on them, then attacks all enemies, blah. And also, if the target is alive, has a chance of placing True Fear.
I think he got some use initially because of his passive. When Shadowkin first came out, there was like no reviver.
What is this? Will not revives one random ally with 30% HP and 10 meter. Will not revive the ally if they've been killed by poison, HP and bombs, or reflect damage.
Yeah, I know. Like, why is there the qualify? It's not that good of a revive. Yeah,
like there's rare champions that can do like even Tree Shield not just does two champions revives.
He does, yeah. So it's silly. But yeah, he got some use because he was like the only way to revive someone. So for stage 21 initially, but that's not relevant anymore. Now he just looks really cool. Like he's got all these spooky handprints on the bottom of his robe. It's very, very creepy, but he's just bad.
Raw active skills, steals a random buff, targets the dead.
Yeah.
And does a true fear. I like the true fear.
I mean, he does like the whole, he steals a buff and then he'll spread the buffs around, which is kind of cool, but it's also just not good. It's undertuned. Yeah, like if he stole like one buff off each enemy and spread them all, it'd be okay. But he just spreads one random buff from himself. It kind of sucks.
Yeah,
it could be buffed and be fun, but
let me know in the comment section, guys, if anyone's actually like a huge advocate for Gamuran, and I'm just completely wrong. Tell me. But this passive, I think, is probably the worst part. I can't get my hand around it. Imagine getting killed by an Ishak. You're like, please, Gamuran, bring it back. Target it dead.
Can't come back. He's
gone. Yeah, he's struggling, man. All right, here we go.
Okay, next we're going to Dark Elves. I'm going with Steel Bowyer.
This is,
I believe this.
Yeah.
Do you know this one?
Yes. Go on.
Yeah, I think so. It looks like Cold Heart, right? You're like, it's Cold 2.0, baby. You look at her A3, you're like, AoE attack.
Ooh,
enemy
makes you want to rub your hands together.
Oh, juicy. Here we go, baby. I'm taking them all down. And then you try her out, and it does no damage. Yeah. Nothing. I believe what happened when this champion came out, she actually was really OP, and then they nerfed her into the ground, as far as I'm aware. But I did take a quick look on hellhades. I believe that she has only 20% of the multiplier that Coldheart does, so it just does almost nothing. But yeah, so I just thought she was funny as one of the most disappointing champions that you're like, yes, I don't have a Coldheart, but look, she looks like Coldheart. She's got enemy max HP. I'm locking it in. I'm good to go. Nope, she's absolutely terrible.
It's unfortunate because I think that it's obviously back then it's kind of different to kind of say it to this day and age, but I don't think at this day and age it would make much of an impact to make a skill like a Coldheart, right? But what I would kind of do is I would do like, if they're so worried about a strong AoE max HP, this should be an epic or legendary. I think it should be like, do you know how Lua is, right? Where she kind of does a lot of damage to one enemy and then the surplus damage kind of goes around. I think it should be like attacks one enemy max HP, the same damage as the Heart Seeker, right? Without the Terminator reduction, but then deals like 50% less damage against all other enemies. So it still does decent to the Spiderlings. And I think that alone, but like she's got a big decreased accuracy as well for like the Dark Fae. It would be pretty cool. There's capabilities. She's just
like it's a 5-turn cooldown on that nuke as well. Like it's a long cooldown. Just let her be good.
Like where's Coldheart? Boy, yeah. See, look, because she does the full depletion. I just don't get why she can't do it just without the Terminator depletion if they care about it being a void. But
yeah, exactly. Yeah. Make it easier as well for people that don't get a Coldheart early on. But hey.
Do you know what? Do you know why I don't like this champion? I actually went and I made a video, right? I never posted it out of true like I just didn't want to. I was watching it back. I was like, I look depressed, man.
Oh no!
All right, here we go. Oh, was that yours?
Yeah, you're up next.
Okay, next one. I have to include on the list. No bias involved. Is Conellia. I think Conellia is one of the most absurd, weird, quirky. But I love this champion, of course. In the game. It comes down to this revitalize and rest. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. There is no other champion that basically debuffs your enemy or your allies. It's like you go to sleep, and then every single time can just fully put your turn meter and 100% HP. I think that's pretty quirky on a 2-turn cooldown.
It's very unique, yeah. It's totally weird, and like the amount of creativity that you put into building like those teams to solo stuff with this champion, it was like there's no other champion that could do stuff like that. And, you need someone really creative as well to actually figure out how to make it work and to think of the applications.
Yeah. And even this part here, right? I don't think there's any other champion in the game that does it like this. So it's kind of like a Kaima where you do an AoE sleep, but also has a 50% chance of replacing it with a fear for 1 turn instead. When it's like, when the enemy loses it. But basically, do you know when you got like a Sky Touch Shaman, right? And you cleanse it, like for an example, it could still place the true fear, although that the block debuffs or something went up or you got cleansed.
Which is super weird, right?
It's very weird, man. Like, but in a way, it makes it very powerful because you still have a 50% chance after the cleanse to still have them under crowd control, right?
Yeah, it's incredibly good. Yeah, I remember when she first came out, people were really confused about how that A3 works as well. They're like, what's the point of this? What does this do? It seems bizarre. Yeah, she's very strange, very quirky, but surprisingly powerful. Definitely.
Just look at someone's got 4.1 against Iron Twins Fortress. What have they been doing there? Someone's been doing some solo Iron Twins. What's going on?
Maybe.
So, let me know, guys. All right. Did you have any other ones here?
I've got one last one. One last one. So it's Flinger, who is a rare lizard man.
Ooh. Because I do all these weird video. I do the bios on the website, right? So I have to go look at these champions. That's how I do Flinger. There he is.
So Flinger, his A1, right? It's called Axe Throw. You're like, okay, pretty straightforward. Like, I'm going to look at the champion. He's got a couple of axes. Makes sense. His A3 is called Burn. You're like, okay, he's throwing axes. Then he's like, oh, puts your hand against the oven. You're like, oh, ouch, bit of a burn. That hurts. Then you go to his A2, Meteor. He's like, oh, pull down a meteor on top of you. I'm like, what is happening? Like, what? The scaling of this is just crazy. But he's just throwing an axe, and now he's throwing a flipping meteor. What is going on?
He's violent, man.
Yeah. But I was just like, I was flicking through these rares, I was like, wait, what is that? Like, I'm thinking like Final Fantasy games where Meteor is like the top level black magic in the game. It's just some random lizard that's throwing axes at people. He's got Meteor as an ability, and he's terrible. It's just weird. It's just randomly in there. Like he lives up to the Flinger name. Like he's like, I'll throw an axe.
He doesn't even need crit rate. It's always critical.
Always crits, yeah. on burn, which doesn't burn either, by the way. It's a burn that doesn't place HP burn.
Rumor is if you 6-star him, there's a legendary skill show in here, but it only opens up once you max him up.
Yeah, definitely. You should all go do that.
Yeah,
guys.
Definitely. Best advice I can ever give you. All right. So one of the last ones for me is going to be Trunda. Now, Trunda is I still don't understand it. Like, I've been explained to me so many times. Right? Maybe you can help me out here. We're going to put it with a fire skin because I like it.
Ooh, yes.
What on earth is going on with this Hydra damage and the way it scales? I don't understand.
I think what happens, and it happens in arenas, just everywhere actually, on the A2. So the A2, it says that it does attacks one enemy, then attacks all other enemies for 60% of the damage. So you would think like, I hit them for 100,000 damage. I hit everyone else for 60,000 damage.
Yeah.
Doesn't actually do that. I think what it actually does is it takes that 60,000 and then it multiplies it by her mastery damage. I think the book damage from booking, her crit damage, all of that stuff. Maybe even the ability multipliers again. I'm not 100% sure about that one. But it basically multiplies by all this stuff again. And it also, for Hydra, it multiplies it by the decapitated head bonus again. Which means that like you hit a head for like 1 million and then you hit all the other heads for like 17 million or something.
I tried it out for the first time, right? During this Hydra clash on the hard mode or something. I was looking, I was like, how? Like, there's no max HP here. What's going on? Like, I was seeing, like, I hit one head, right, and then all of the other 3 just disappear. Like, I couldn't wrap my hand around it, but I would say that's absurd. It's pretty weird, right? Like,
it's totally broken. Yeah, it absolutely shouldn't do that.
She's stood as one of the best champions in the game for Arena. I'm not sure how many people still use her, but now she's kind of like everyone just uses her for Hydra. I've been seeing, like,
definitely. I have seen her a bit. I have seen her a bit in live Arena. Like, people do bust her out. Like, because I pulled a Rotus recently and I've been using him a lot, so they do like her because she's got the double hit A3, which is good against them.
Do people use the accuracy one with like a HP burn for Hydra as well?
No, never. She burns enemies under stun.
Oh, under stun. Oh,
so they have to be stunned. Yeah,
I was reading this bit. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
I'm not too familiar with like Geo Trunda, right? I had her for so long. I just never was like a big fan of her. It's only till like recently I built her up.
Yeah, I still don't have her, so that's why I haven't done much coverage on her on my channel. But
check my account. Take my account. User.
Yeah. But like going into Hydra Clash, like my expectation was that Trunda was going to define Hydra Clash. I didn't realize the Corpulent Cadaver thing would work so well. Of course, the issue with Cadaver is that if he gets devoured, the shield's gone and you're screwed. But you can actually just ramp Cadaver up with enough gear. You can ramp him up so fast, so you can just one-shot heads when they respawn, and he can never. No one ever gets devoured. You just run out of time eventually.
Yeah.
But yeah, Trunda's busted. Like, if they nerf Cadaver, Trunda's still busted and Acrisia's still busted. So
yeah.
things, you know?
I think the thing about Corpulent is it's because it's a rare champion. That's the you know what I mean? It's outscaling these crazy legendaries.
Yeah.
It's nuts. Was any
that doesn't bother? Yeah, it's more the scale of it. It's the fact for me that he's 15 times better. That's just nuts. Like, if he was 1.1 times better, like 10% better, like, okay, but that he's like 1,500 times better. Like, okay, something's gone wrong.
Nuts when I just see him pinging one head and the whole thing goes, and I'm there like sweating in my room trying to kill this head of mischief. Like, yo, can you die, please, bro?
Yeah, right.
All right, was there anything else here? Any more honorable mentions? Just one last one, maybe.
Oh, one last. Okay, hang on. Let me check my list here. A great one. Here's one for the HHKB boys, the hellhades.
Okay.
Tolf The Maimed.
Here
He's
we
got to
go.
be one of the worst champions in the game.
Where is he, man? Oh, there he is.
He's Void Epic. A Void Epic, guys.
Oof.
This guy has those 2 active skills are built to do damage, but they cannot crit. So they can't do good damage. The multiplier is just not there. And then he's got this weird passive where he starts depleting shields a little bit as well. This champion is just bizarre. I remember when he came out, it was kind of like, oh, maybe he does something interesting. Maybe there's some twists. It's like, no,
There's
he
nothing.
literally is that bad. He's
Look at this. Someone put him as a 4 as faction wars.
Someone likes
4 on Hydra, 5 on
4
Shogun.
for Hydra.
Oh, what's going on? Oh, wait.
5.
Wait.
He's a 5 for Phantom Shogun.
Wait, how's your 5 for Phantom Shogun? Wait,
I guarantee someone's trolling, man.
Because this attack cannot be critical, right? So basically, you're always getting like the hits you don't want for the Shogun.
yeah. Well, yeah, he's just normal hit or weak hit. Yeah. I don't know.
This dude, man. He's got Tragor on his waist.
Yeah, he does. I love the poor lad. He doesn't have any hands. Poor guy.
Yeah, man.
Poor guy.
Poor guy. Maybe we can get him a buff one day. Last one for me is a champion I'm not completely against. I don't think it's Nobel.
Yeah.
I think he's quirky. I think very similar to the Frostbringer, right? It's like he's got all of these ways. Like, all right, guys, buckle up, okay? We can decrease the duration of all random busts if the target is under fear or true fear. Amazing. We'll ignore 30% of the target's defense. Pretty cool. If the target is under fear or true fear, decrease the cooldown. All right, here comes the true fear, guys. 75% chance to decrease the enemy's turn meter if anybody's under true fear. It's like, where's the true fear? You know what I mean? It's one of those Frostbringer ones. And then you go into the passive. Whenever an enemy's turn meter is fully depleted by any champion, has a chance of placing the true fear. So basically, if you want to get the true value of him, you need to pair him with... Like, I've seen a really cool strategy from Tyraku where he was using Gerda Bogbrew, Calvalax to instantly, before this turn starts, because of the way it works with Calvalax, to reduce all of the turn meter... You instantly true fear and you just have a good start, right? But
they might have bug fixed that. I'm not 100% sure.
But in a sense, I don't know how they could, because it's kind of manipulating what the champions are around, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I know that they buff Nobel a bit, or Nobel.
Look at his rating.
He's not as bad as that. Like they buffed him up, and I think you could run him for like Doom Tower hard. And like you said, if you do have turn meter control champions or other true fear champions in there, he can really snowball that team and give you crazy crowd control and turn meter control.
The issue that I think Nobel has, and one thing that I would change personally is, I don't think it should be whenever a champion is fully depleted. I think it should be like, when a champion has is depleted by 50% or more, because he does 50% on his A3, it will all coincide perfectly. Then you can use Dismay, decrease the turn meters, use the passive, place a true fear, enable the rest of the kit. Literally, change that one thing will be perfect.
Yeah. You could have it be like a chance to place true fear whenever turn meter is affected at all.
Yeah.
So like if they get turn meter increase or decrease, he's got a chance to be fearing. That would be really powerful too.
He would be one of the best true fear champions in the game, I think. If he can enable that on a 0-turn cooldown all the time for Doom Tower, I think he could be... He has a lot of potential, I think. Yeah.
He does.
All right.
But not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Mr. Nubby, appreciate you coming on to talk about these weird, quirky champions, and to Ibuprofen for curing my headache and giving me this idea today.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It was great fun. It was just one of those things. We both did our streams yesterday, and I was like, man, we actually got some really fun video ideas for a collab. And you were saying, no, we need to collab. I was like, man, it's all synced up. The fates aligned. Yeah, there you go.
I guess we'll do another one next week as well, guys. We're going to be doing... I'll just spill it from now so you guys know. We're going to do like the best champions for Bommel, and we're not sure which channel will go on, and one for the Dark Fae. And basically, I feel like there's a lot of up-to-date that's happened since. We've had like Firegun, Isbel, Newts, and I feel like there's some quirky teams that's kind of come to fruition since. So it'll be cool to kind of upgrade that, I guess.